Hello everybody, welcome to Dream India Educations. Our motto is your success, our concern. So today we are going to discuss the details of the syllabus of geography, which is part of GS paper 1. See, so far as geography is concerned, in mains as a part of paper 1, you'll be able to get around 8 to 10 questions, mostly from the world geography as well as Indian geography. And in prelims, you'll be able to get around 8 to 10 questions from geography. Besides, the questions of ecology and environment are also integrated with geography. That means you need the knowledge of both geography as well as ecology and environment to solve some of the questions. So, in this presentation, we are going to see the details of the syllabus of geography. So, first of all, I just want to read out the chapters that we are going to take up as a part of geography. The first is that is world physical geography. Here we have to deal with geomorphology of the world, climatology of the world, then oceanography as well as biogeography. Next aspect is that is world economic geography. Here we have to study the resource geography of the world as well as the locational analysis of the global industrial regions. Now, so far as Indian geography is concerned, it is divided into three parts, that is Indian physical geography, Indian economic geography as well as Indian social geography. As a part of Indian physical geography, we have to focus upon Indian physiographic regions, Indian climatic regions, Indian drainage system, Indian soil and vegetation. So far as Indian economic geography is concerned, here we have to focus upon India's resource base and the locational analysis of the Indian industries. So far as Indian social geography is concerned, here we have to focus upon India's population geography as well as India's urbanization. So, world geography is concerned, the first chapter is that is geomorphology. See, geomorphology is all about the study of the lithosphere, study of the dynamics of the lithosphere. So, first of all, we are supposed to understand what is geomorphology, and we have to understand that what are the classification of the landforms, that what is the first order landform, second order landform, and third order landform, and what are the forces responsible for the formation of all these three types of landforms. So, to understand these landforms, which are nothing but the dynamism of the lithosphere, first we are supposed to understand the structure and the composition of the earth interior, because the forces which are responsible for the formation of all these landforms are actually developed within the interior of the earth. So as a part of geomorphology, next we have to focus upon the theories of the genesis of the different landforms, particularly the continent as well as the ocean basins. And as a part of that, we have to focus upon the continental drift theory, the seafloor spreading theory, plate tectonics theory. Beside that, we have to understand the concept of isostasy and global isostatic adjustment. Beside that, to understand the dynamism of the lithosphere in a better way, we have to understand the forces, that is the endogenetic forces and the exogenetic forces which are acting on the lithosphere. Beside that, we have to understand the concept of mountain building and the concept of geosyncline. And also we have to understand the cycle of erosion. Besides that, as a part of the dynamism of the lithosphere, we have to understand a number of geophysical phenomena which are happening in the lithosphere. For example, earthquake, as well as tsunami, as well as volcanic eruption. And we have to understand the causes, distribution, and its impact as well as its measurement. After that, we are also supposed to focus upon a number of geomorphic features and their location in the form of the fluvial landforms, aeolian landforms, karst topography, glacial topography, coastal landforms. Beside that, also we are supposed to understand the different geographical relief features such as mountains, plateaus and their formation, the plains, different types of plains, the water bodies, etc. Beside that, we are supposed to also understand what is the application of the study of geomorphology. The second chapter is that is on climatology. It is again a very important chapter for both PT as well as mains, because in PT they can ask some conceptual questions, and so for the mains is concerned, every year one or two questions we are able to find from climatology. Climatology is nothing but the study of the dynamism of our atmosphere. So we have to understand the applied climatology. We have to understand the forces or the causes responsible for the dynamism in our atmosphere. So therefore we are supposed to understand the concept of insolation as well as heat budget of the earth as well as the atmosphere. To understand the dynamism of the atmosphere, we are supposed to understand the structure as well as the composition of the atmosphere. Beside that, we are supposed to understand the element and the factors of the climate in the form of the temperature, air pressure, humidity, and their distribution, as well as the different forms of precipitation. Beside that, we are supposed to understand the stability and instability of our atmosphere, because the stability and instability of the atmosphere is extremely essential to understand the dynamism of our atmosphere. Beside that, we are supposed to understand the wind system, the different types of wind system, what is primary wind, secondary wind, tertiary winds, how they are getting developed. Beside that, we are supposed to understand the concept of air mass, frontolysis, frontogenesis, because frontogenesis and frontolysis are very essential to understand the cyclic winds, particularly the tropical cyclones as well as the temperate cyclones. Beside that, we are supposed to understand the concept of cyclone and anticyclones, their characteristics, their differences. We are supposed to understand the different types of cyclone, for example, temperate cyclone and tropical cyclone. What are their characteristics? What are their differences? And see, so for the cyclone is concerned, it is one of the most important area which UPSC always focus upon, both in PT as well as mains. Besides that, we are supposed to understand some of the very peculiar phenomena of climatology, for example, jet stream, what is its impact upon Indian monsoon, etc. Besides that, we are supposed to understand the classification of the world climatic divisions and all the 11 type of climate. We are supposed to understand their impact, their characteristics, and everything. Next chapter is, that is, oceanography. Oceanography is nothing but associated with the study of the dynamism of the hydrosphere. So as a part of oceanography, we are supposed to understand the bottom relief of the ocean. Then beside that, we have to understand the physical properties of the ocean in terms of the salinity of the oceanic water, temperature of the oceanic water, density of the oceanic water, and how the variation of all these properties has an impact in creating a dynamism in the hydrosphere, and how the variation of all these properties lead to the development of tides, oceanic current, and other movement of the oceanic water. Beside that, as a part of oceanography, we have to focus upon the dynamism of the oceans in the form of the vertical as well as the horizontal movement of the oceanic water, and that we study in the form of tides, oceanic currents, oceanic waves, etc. Beside that, also we have to focus upon the study of the coral reefs and the phenomena of coral bleaching and the maritime zoning. Another chapter is, the next chapter is, that is biogeography. So far as the biogeography is concerned, it is all about the study of the dynamism of the biosphere, which is nothing but the intersection of the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. So here we have to focus upon the concept of biome, the different types of biome, and in the different types of biome, we have to see the extension of the biomes, their climatic conditions, their vegetation, etc. Another component of the biogeography is, that is, the soil geography, which is also called as pedology. Here we are supposed to understand the different types of soils, their distribution, their suitability with respect to different crops. Beside that, we are supposed to understand the phenomenon of soil erosion. Soil erosion is again a important area which UPSC always used to emphasize upon, both in PT as well as mains. Next chapter is, that is, the resource geography. It is a part of actually the economic geography. In the resource geography, we are supposed to understand the distributional pattern of the different natural resources of the world. For example, the water resources, for example, the forest resources, for example, the mineral resources, etc. Marine resources, energy resources, etc. Next chapter is, that is, the locational analysis of the major industries of the world. This is nothing but associated with the study of the geography of the economic activities. As a part of this chapter, we have to understand the locational factors essential for the primary activities, for example, agriculture, for secondary activities, as well as the tertiary activities. As a part of the primary activities, we actually analyze the locational factors for the development of the major fishing grounds of the world and major lumbering areas of the world. As a part of the secondary activities, we in fact study the location analysis of the major industrial region of the world. For example, we carry out the locational analysis of the industrial regions of USA. For example, Pittsburgh Lake Area Industrial Region, Michigan Industrial Region, Detroit Industrial Region, etc. So we have to carry out this exercise not only for USA but also a number of countries, for example, Europe, Japan, Canada, Russia, then Western Europe, etc., China. Beside that, also as a part of the tertiary activities, we have to see the location analysis of the road transportation, railway transportation, pipeline transportation, etc. Next is, that is, change in the critical geographical features and their effect. As a part of that, we have to see the phenomena like climate change and its impact, sea level rising, the phenomena of global warming, etc. So far the Indian geography is concerned, which is again very important part of geography, and very much important from the PT point of view as well as the main point of view, and is associated with a number of map works also. Indian geography is divided into three parts, that is the Indian physical geography, Indian economic geography, as well as Indian social geography. As a part of the Indian physical geography, which is actually the most important part, we have to focus upon the physiographic divisions of India. Indian drainage system, Indian soil, Indian vegetation, Indian climate, all these things we have to take as a part of that, and each and every subject, or sorry, topic, that is suppose Indian drainage system, it itself needs a video of more than 1 hour. So all these things we are going to take up in subsequent times, so that all these things can be take care of in a very detailed way. This video is only associated with the discussion of the syllabus, the coverage. All these topics will be covered by Dream India Plus in a number of subsequent videos. So far as Indian economic geography is concerned, again it is associated with the resource geography of India, which is associated with the distribution analysis of number of resources like mineral resources, marine resources, water resources, land resources, forest resources, etc. Beside that, also we have to focus upon Indian agriculture geography, Indian industrial geography. As a part of agriculture geography, we have to understand the cropping pattern, the land use pattern, etc., etc. Whereas as a part of the industrial geography, we have to focus upon the location analysis of the major industrial regions of India. Next is Indian social geography. So far as social geography is concerned, it is mainly associated with two aspects. One is the population geography and the one is the settlement geography. As a part of the population geography, we have to study the different aspect of Indian population, particularly the concept of demographic dividend, as well as Indian tribes. And as a part of the settlement geography, we have to mainly focus upon the migration issues, urban policies, and habitat related issues. And so far the Indian social geography is concerned, from this area, in mains most of the questions are asked by linking it with current affair. So this is broadly the syllabus of geography so far as UPSC mains is concerned. So stay connected with Dream India Plus. Thank you.